everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm here to do the last episode of Obsessed with Caddy and Christy using the Maggie Holmes Shine Collection. So this is the paper pack that I've been using with it. I do have some 12 by 12 sheets, but I mostly stuck with just using the 6 by 6 pad for this this time, just because I like the smaller size that the 6 by 6 offers. Like the print is smaller and I like that. So this week we are using, let me get them for you, the cut apart piece, and this is really why I wanted to use the 6 by 6. I like the smaller dimensions of using this cut apart, so we're using that. If you can tell, it's a little wrinkled. My little guy got a hold of it. This really pretty, it's the letter alphabet, but it's just script, and I really like that. That's very, very pretty. The polka dot, black and white polka dot, and the music. So as you can tell, it's a little monochromatic, right? It's mostly black and white, and then just the cut apart. So for this challenge, we have decided to do a recipe challenge because Caddy and I both love that. And to keep myself organized, I just wrote each week what we were doing. So for this recipe, we have to use twine, some washi, 2 types of thickers, and 2 chipboard pieces from the Shine collection that I'll show you in a second, and some mixed media. So that's our recipe, and I am excited to use that. So what I wanted to do is, I didn't want it to just be these colors, obviously. You want to bring in colors to your layout. So I was playing and I made this background with my mixed media. So I got a new stencil that's just a bunch of circles, and I used some, I finally bought some, I can't think of what you call it right now, modeling paste, and I used some of my watercolors, and I created this color, and I really like it. And then I also just use a little bit of, just use my brush and did some splatters. So I was just playing, but I like the way that it looks. So I think I'm going to use this, and it's going to apply as my mixed media, and it's going to be the main part of my background. And then I will pull in, this is the chipboard that we are pulling in from. And I have no idea what pieces I want to use yet, but like maybe this Follow Your Heart, that kind of would go into it. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet, but we have to use 2 pieces of that. So I will get you on fast forward and we'll see how this all works out.
Alright, so this layout actually goes completely different than I thought it was going to. I am showing you, however, how I did some mixed media on that piece of 6 by 6 paper. That was one of the choices we got to use for this week. And then for the chipboard, my first piece, I'm going to put this frame. It's a beautiful black frame with gold glitter, and frame one of these photos. Now these photos are exactly the same photo. They're just, one is cut up and one is the full 4 by 6. And I'm going to layer the frame and the photo onto the mixed media I did. Now remember, mixed media is part of the challenge, so I did that. Just use some watercolors and a little bit of modeling paste here. And there's Jackson's little hand, if you can see. I don't have 3 hands, that's just Jackson. And so what I did is I kind of tore off a piece, kept the triangles. I wanted you to be able to see the triangles, and just used it as a background and a layering piece. And then took 3 of the triangles that I had done some mixed media over, and I'm going to make a banner. I'm standing behind I can't think of what you call it right now. It's very Dutch, and I can't think of what it's called right now. Windmill? Is that what it's called? Sure. Standing behind one of those, and banners, it just fit. Like, it was very fitting. So I just used that up in the top right-hand corner, and I'm just trying to decide what would look good as a layering piece for that. I'm just kind of playing around there. And then I gave myself a little bit of a break and came back a different day. So what I did is I layered my 2 photos kind of stacked on top of each other. And then I cut a little piece of the music notes out to put at the top. And then I took the piece with the alphabet. It's so pretty, but I was having the hardest time using it. But what I loved was there was a border around it. So I just simply cut the border out and then used it and made it in, instead of, because of course my photo is 4 by 6, so that wouldn't have worked. So I just cut it in half and made it into a big long rectangle. And I like that. I think it brings a cute part of dimension to the layout. And then for my other two chipboard stickers, I add the really pretty butterfly and a little thing that says 40 cents, just for a little piece up there. So because there's some white space up there I wanted to cover. And then for some pop of color, I used the cut apart sheet, and that's how I was able to utilize that. And I used the blue and the yellow, and it just helps bring a little pop of color to the photo, and your eye goes back to the photo, which is the whole point. And then I'm going to start working on to use the washi. So I found this piece, I believe it's an Amy Tan, they're the booklets that have the washi in it, and I'm going to use a little bit of that at the bottom just for, again, I'm trying to add little pops of color everywhere because this is still monochromatic. And then I come back and I painted the word love, which again was the cut apart, and then I cut apart the cut apart, and then I used some of my watercolors and painted it teal, and then added washi tape at the top and bottom and the side in pink. And right now I'm just showing you the letters that I use. So I use those really pretty white ones, and these are Amy Tan ones that are in teal, and I wrote out this girl. Again, part of the challenge. We had to use 2 types of thickers, so I was able to utilize that. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do my lines. I've shown this enough, I know, but you kind of start doing it and forget you're recording, so sorry about that. And I'm just finishing up showing you the fact that I had done that. I have a lot to say. So what happens here is I'm going to add a quote that I found really inspiring, and then I'm going to do my journaling, and then at the very bottom it says where this photo was taken, how old I was, and just kind of places where the photo was, even though the story isn't really about the photo in the event itself. And really all I'm talking about is my life has just changed so much from when I think I was 23 in these photos, and I'll be 29 this year. So I'm just kind of talking about the changes in life and all that, and how grateful I am to have gone through what I did, because now I am where I am today and with my beautiful family. So that's kind of the story about it. Right now I'm just kind of pointing out everything I did with, I used the twine to use a nest with that brad right there, and I'm just kind of pointing everything out. And I believe that's going to do it for my layout. I had so much fun with this one. It was tricky, but I got it done, and it makes me very, very, very happy. So I hope that you can go ahead and take the chance to watch Caddy's as well, because I know it'll be great. Her stuff is always so amazing. And this is the last episode using the Maggie Holmes Shine collection. We will be back in not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, because we're every other Wednesday, and we're going to start using the Dear Lizzie documentary line. So completely different person for once, and we're both very excited to start using that as well. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you have any questions, if you want to make some layouts based off of it as well, we'd love to hear and see what you've done. And other than that, I think after I add this heart, it just goes up at the top by the title. It says This Girl. That's going to be it. I'll do some close-ups for you, so if you're interested in reading the journaling, you can. And that's my layout. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you really soon. Bye!